day. Today's video will cover the steps and resources related to the budget upload tool. You will find this tool on the budget portal. After next on the left, you will see tools, and the first link here is the budget upload tool. Now, just a few reminders about this tool before I proceed to the mechanics of the tool. You will go here. First of all, you will download the tool, and the tool, and which is an Excel file, needs to be saved on a local drive, meaning it cannot be on a cloud or a network drive. So it needs to be on a local, so your C drive, for example, but I understand some of you have C drives that are cloud based. So speak to someone in your area or IT to see how you get to your local drive. This is so that the macros that are embedded in the Excel file, which is the upload tool, will work when you click through the steps, which I will show you shortly. A few other caveats about the upload tool. Please remember this is only for the requested budget. So you will not use this tool for the forecast at all. You will only use this for the requested budget. The tool is also not to be used in a few other instances. It should not be used for any budgeting for permanent positions, which you should be using the position tool for. Likewise, you should not use this tool to upload, or you will not be able to upload information related to a cash transfer or tuition or a DSO reimbursement. So the position tool is a separate tool, as you know, in PantherSoft. Likewise, the cash transfer tool and the DSO tool. And tuition is budgeted centrally. So that is outside of the scope of your responsibilities as well. So just remember those caveats that if there's a tool in the system for it, you won't be able to use this tool to upload data quickly to the system. This is for your other expenses, your telephone lines, miscellaneous professional services, travel, all of those other lines that fall under other expenses. So feel free though, if you ever have any hiccups or technical difficulty as I go and explain when you're doing it, if you have any issues, please reach out to us. Do not suffer in silence. So let's get back to where we were, which is the budget portal. And again, under tools, you will find the upload tool here. Simply click, and then once you get to this screen, you will want to click here to download the file to your device. I'm going to put it on my C drive. So once you have saved your file to the local drive and you made sure it's the micro-enabled worksheet and you enable all the content, you will see these 4 steps here that I referred to earlier. It's just a sequence of steps that you would go through, and it just is a reminder and an overview of what you will do and when you will do it. First of all, as I mentioned, save it as a macro-enabled worksheet. I'll just go over the steps really quick. Then you will update the information in this dark blue section here, which is the first 4 columns. Those are required entries. These others are optional fields that you could enter, the cost paid, for example, the task. And then this information will be populated based on the information you enter over here. So this is just an overview of the form. Then at step 3, you will click the consolidation or summary, and it will generate the information on this summary upload tab. This tab is just, I have information here so you can see, this is just to show you, it's a pivot of what you have on the template tab, right? So when you go here, you will see everything that's summarized. So it gives you a visual representation or visual of what is going on, what you enter. So for example, if you had telephone lines, for example, and you had telephone lines that were missing for the first 7 periods of the year, you might want to fix that. So you go back to this side and update that. And then the last step is to submit, which when you click here, it will take you to a Teams form to submit your template, and then it will take 1 to 2 business days to upload and confirm the information, which at that time you would go into DBM to check. So let's go through the steps that you will take to actually complete this form and just show you some nuance or suggestions that you should do to make it an easy process for you. Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of the upload tool. So we have the activity number here, account description, period, and amount. So here I wanted to point out we really want the E and the R accounts here. It's not the account description. So we want, for example, E11900, or for OCO we want E2100. So we're going to change the header on this, just a disclaimer up front. So, but the required fields, as I mentioned, is this area, the dark blue section. So let's go through, and I do suggest that you have a worksheet separate from, the template that you are going to basically copy and paste the information in. And as you can see, you can format your worksheets, your personal Excel worksheets, to this format that will work to show you. So I'll give you an example. I'm going to copy over and paste the information from my worksheet, and I made sure I formatted it so that it fits perfectly here. And you will notice, let me copy down the formulas here. Usually the formulas would be, oops, cancel. The formulas are going to be here, but I was messing with the sheet before. So yes. So you notice everything is in gray and just different shades of gray. This means that the template is happy. The upload tool is happy. Everything is as it should be. However, if you have, for example, a missing field that's required, it will turn orange. You saw that? Or if, let's put out this one, if you have an invalid activity number, let's remove a zero there, it will turn orange. It's basically telling you that something's missing or something is wrong. So just pay attention to that. You'll also see that the activity description didn't populate. It says it's missing the department because it couldn't use the activity number to generate the department information. So let's put back the zero. And of course, you would have had this on your worksheet correctly, but I just wanted to show you that it turns orange or whatever shade that is. Could be terracotta, right? It will change a color if something is off, so you can just know to check that line. So after you've entered, and we suggest you enter for as many activity numbers as you're responsible for. Of course, you can do several sheets depending on your fund, but you can have multiple funds on this sheet because, as you can tell over here, it will populate the fund code, the all the required fields in PantherSoft that's needed. That's what we're doing over here in this yellow section. So you could have 500 or more lines on this when it's done, and it is an upfront investment of time, but we suggest you do it because subsequent years you will save so much energy not data entry and doing data entry into DBM. So again, just pay attention to the fields. For example, if you have telephone lines, make sure you have it for the 12 periods. If you have miscellaneous that you expend each month a certain amount, if you have OCO that you do quarterly, this is a quarterly spread of $1,000 for OCO. So you will do it according to your actual operations. A good resource to double check or see what the trends are is the DT report, or you can do trend data on its own, but the DT report is just trend data on steroids, and the DT report will also give you last year's information. So you will have a basis to see if something that happened this year is way off or is it on trend compared to the year before. So again, you would just go through and update all of the information here. Do not touch over here. Okay, guys? So update all the information here. And again, this is the E and the R accounts, just to be clear. And if you have any issues or technical issues, reach out to one of us in AD or OFP, and we can help to find a resolution for you. And sometimes it's a quick question. You can IM us. I've had several questions about this. We all feel questions about this because sometimes it's just a little hiccup or a little clarification that's needed. So go ahead and contact us. I wanted to provide an overview and just repeat for good housekeeping. The information on this, no account should be related to permanent salaries or um, salaries that should be in the position tool. No account should be related to a cash transfer or DSO reimbursement, for example, or tuition. So just remember we have a DSO reimbursement tool. So you would enter those accounts and reimbursements from the foundation in the DSO reimbursement tool. Likewise, cash transfer, we have a cash transfer tool. So we expect you to update those tools. We don't expect you to put those accounts here for upload. It will not go because they are considered invalid for the upload process. Okay, so just remember that, and also recall that this is for the requested budget only. You would not use this upload tool for the forecast at all. It is only for the requested budget. Another caveat I wanted to add is if you want to do decimals, you can, but only go to two decimal places. Don't go past that. So you want to format your numbers here to two decimal places, right? So it would be 50 cents, for example, if you want, but you wouldn't go to four because, again, the upload does not like that. And just remember that this, after you send it, it will take 1 to 2 business days. Sometimes, depending on the workload, it could be quicker, but we don't want you to send us a file and expect it to be updated in 10 minutes. You have to kind of plan ahead, but it will be done quickly because we say 1 to 2 business days because sometimes it gets to 2 business days depending on what the workload is on our end, okay? But again, we are very efficient and we try to do it the same day or within 24 hours. So just keep that in mind. So this is step 3. As I mentioned, when you click here, it's going to do it's going to take you to the summary tab. And this is where it will give you just a summary of what you have on the template tab over here. So if you have more information to add, let's say I go back and I have more information. I'm like, oh, I have to and do this. And I'll just paste it from my workbook and you see everything. And then I'll click 3 again and I clicked 3 again and it updated the template. So like I told you before, if this was telephone and you had missing information here, you want to look at that. But this is OCO, and so it's feasible for the expenses to be trending that way. Likewise, travel. So any account that you had over here, you will now see here, and it will have the activity, the description for the activity, and the roll-up description over here as well. From this point, you want to click submit, okay? And this is where it will take you to the so once you click step 4, it will take you to the submission form. And this is how you're going to submit your form. I have already submitted a few to test myself, but here's the information you would have to submit. You would enter the date. So you just enter the date, today's date, whatever date. You'd enter your executive area. I already submitted a fake one, so it's auto-populated. And I wanted to point out this is actually where you would submit the file. So you click here and submit the file. Thing you can only submit an Excel file. So don't PDF it or do anything else to the file. Just keep it as its natural, macro enabled Excel worksheet, and um, it will allow you. You can't attach any subsequent PDF or support. We don't need the other information. If you're tempted to add it here, we just want the template. So you'll see I added my template here. So then I would click submit. And after you click submit, it will tell you, thank you. I'm not going to click submit because I'm not submitting anything in real life. So once you click it though, you'll get a message thanking you for your submission and also telling you that it will take 1 to 2 business days to get confirmation that your information has been uploaded. If they have any technical issues when they are uploading your information, they will reach out to you directly to find a fix, or they will attempt to adjust or fix the file themselves if they can see what is wrong. But the lines of communication will be open, and you will definitely hear from someone on one of our teams. So, if you have any questions, please reach out. If you need to set up a one on one, please do that. Again, the initial time setup to set up the template will take a little bit. So if you're already past this point for the budget season, try to do it as you plan ahead for next budget season. Certainly, the numbers you have to tweak, but you can certainly use the template from now to help you to have a step up or advancement on the time of data entry that you would take to data entry, I should say, in the system. So don't think all is lost is my point. I think I covered everything. Again, happy budgeting and don't suffer in silence. Reach out if you need help. Have a wonderful day.